It is from Warm Living, and you are looking at one of the coolest ways to keep your home absolutely cozy warm, but with a system of heating that is not going to dry out your skin, because this uses infrared technology. Completely electric. All you do is plug it in. It comes with a remote control. You actually can control that flame if you want a little lower, if you want a little higher. You can control the amount of heat. So if you want it a little bit lower, a little bit higher, then you're going to get two different kinds of speed to it. It looks absolutely beautiful, and we are going to do this year colors that we have never done before. So you have your black right here. It's going to have gold accents. This has been our best seller with nearly 5,000 of our Warm Living heaters ordered on the day. But look at how beautiful that is. You can see that gorgeous little flame. It looks so real, doesn't it? I keep thinking I need to put another log on the fire, but thank goodness, no cleaning that up, no chopping any wood. Right down here is going to be your gray. We also have it available in your white if you want something that's really nice and clean for your home. The red is almost like a brick red, so a little bit more rustic. If you want something very modern, we have it in the aqua color. And then right up here is our copper. Our copper has been one of our best sellers. It may actually sell out in this presentation. Final 300 now on the copper. The Today Special price, $20 savings, $99.95. We're gonna do 5 flex payments. You get this home for less than $20. And you get to ship it absolutely free. So you won't get hit at all in that shipping and handling. Kerry Mcnally is gonna join us and talk about a little bit, get down there. It's freezing cold in the studio, actually, so it's nice to have the heat, isn't it?
This is the warmest place on earth right here. This is fantastic. How you guys doing? It's so great to see you, Alice.
It's great to see you too.
So happy holidays early, but not too early.
I love the look of this. We actually did this last year as a Today Special, and it blew out so fast. It was absolutely crazy. Yeah. And you brought us new colors this time. You brought us a great value. This may be the best value we've ever done.
It is, it is. We had a couple of thousand and they were gone immediately. The beauty here, as you mentioned, and that's so important, is that the second you fire up the heat, and I don't care if you're in Florida or you're in Maine or Seattle, you immediately eliminate, whether it's oil, gas, or electric, 100% of whatever humidity is in the air. It's gone, which means all winter long, we're putting on more lotion and we're putting in eye drops and nasal drops, all of that because our skin gets dried out, our eyes get dried out, and our sinuses get dried out. Not the case with infrared. Not only does it not dry out the air, but it heats you, objects in the room, you, your pets, the chair you're sitting in, the bed you're sleeping in, and this will heat a space. Are you ready? I almost need a drum roll for this.
Yeah. Hit it.
1,000 square feet. I lived in 7 different apartments in New York in 10 years. Not one of them was 1,000 square feet. And with zone heating.
1,000 square feet. Just stop and think, because I remember one of the first houses I looked at was 1,200 square feet.
Absolutely, right? Yes. New construction, the average house is 2,600 square feet. The median size of the houses in the United States, because there are lots of 900 and 1,000 and 1,200 square foot houses out there, is 1,400 square feet.
Wow.
So this will absolutely save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars if you use it on a regular basis and use zone heat. What does that mean? If you want it to be 71 degrees, I mean specifically that's your temperature, right? And as we all get older, we want that temperature, but then sometimes we get hotter and we get colder, right? We don't want to get up, turn the entire house up and down. You don't have to do that now. So if you say it's 71, that's the magic number, okay? Here's what you do. Take the thermostat and drop it all the way down to 62. Then turn on your Warm Living infrared heater stove and put it up to 71. It's gonna take the temperature in that room right to where you want it, which means the oil and gas or the electric will never turn on, which means you're saving tons and tons of money. And that's over the course of the first couple of weeks or months in just the first winter.
That's 1,000 square feet.
Think about that. Now, I want to show you something else.
That's huge.
It's completely cool to the touch. And as someone who has 2 cats, Callie and Sally McNally, for 14 years, that's really important to me. But I'm going to take an infrared thermometer. It's a laser thermometer, and you're going to get an idea of the kind of output that this unit, which only weighs 14.5 pounds, stands at 22 inches, is 11 inches deep and 16 inches wide. So I take the temperature of the outside, the top. Let's just say the top. It's 68 degrees in this studio right now. It's actually 62, but the temperature of the top of the unit is 68. Now, let's take a temperature of the air that's coming out of here. Okay? This is the infrared heating coil. Can you guys see that at home? 682
Wow.
degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we're talking about a 2-car garage is 650 square feet. A finished or unfinished basement is 1,000 square feet. This will heat an entire finished or unfinished basement. Think about the thousands of dollars you don't have to spend if you go ahead and try to reroute the heating. Now the blue arrows on the right, that's the cold air. It comes in and over and underneath these stainless steel insulated infrared bulbs. And I'll show you the difference between an average pedestrian inferior bulb and your warm living. This is a regular bulb right here. So it's just glass encasing the actual infrared bulb. We wrapped it in stainless steel. And what does that mean? It means it gets hotter, so it's more efficient, and it also uses less energy and will last longer. You have 2 of these inside each one of these gorgeous Potbelly inspired units that are so fashionable now. If you go to Pinterest, you'll see thousands of them online. Now this is the old style space heater, right? Just a bunch of coils. They look like ray guns from a bad 1950s sci-fi movie. And they also dry out the air. They're also inherently dangerous. If they tip over, you got a big problem. You can't put them near anything, and they smell when you turn them on. Infrared heats objects in the room, just the way the sun heats you subcutaneously from the inside out. And when we talk about safety features, Alice, I want to show you this live on the air, so it's really cool. It has 2 really important safety features. If for some reason, for whatever reason, this thing starts to overheat, it shuts itself off. It will never, ever go above 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It won't. It can't do it. It's not going to do it. If it goes over, it shuts itself off. Here's another one. It has what's called a pendulum shutoff switch. So if this thing begins to fall, and it won't, it's super sturdy. If it begins to tilt over, watch what happens. When I get to a certain angle, it's about 45 degrees, you'll hear it. You hear it?
Yeah.
It just shut off. You see how the glow is disappearing? So if I turn it back up, you'll hear it fire back up. I open up the digital display. I can press right there, and I start it up again. That's how simple it is.
So
that's how safe it is.
I can actually determine what temperature I want it to get to. I love that.
Exactly, and what happens too is
when you
turn it on, it will read the room. It's 63 degrees in this studio.
I believe it. It is cold.
It's freezing, but now it's starting to warm up. You set it to where you want it to be, set it, and forget it. It's eventually gonna be 72 degrees in that room, and you can do all of that with the remote, which means you don't have to get out of that chair. You don't have to get out of bed. You don't have to get out from under the covers. And on top of that, lastly, the best feature of all, maybe for a lot of folks, is the timer. I can set this to turn on or turn off within a 12-hour period. So if you say, you know what, I want it in my room when I get into bed, but then right around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to be so hot. I want it to be cool again when I wake up. You set it to run for 3 or 4 hours. Mm-hmm. You wake up, it's nice and cool in the room. Conversely, you can set it to turn on about a half an hour before you typically wake up in the morning. So inherently versatile, wonderfully safe, incredibly efficient. It saves money, I mean hundreds if not thousands of dollars through zone heating, and it ends up paying for itself, and I love it as a gift. I ordered 3 of them. One's going to Chicago, one's going to New Hampshire, and the other one's going to Montauk, Long Island.
And you know, here's the great part. Even with Kerry sending it different places, we have delivery direct, which means wherever you want to ship it, it's still going to be that free shipping and handling. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to pay for any shipping and handling. So your weight on this is going to be about 14 pounds. It's about 16 2/3 of an inch long, about 11 3/4 of an inch in terms of your width, and about 22 3/4 of an inch high. So just shy of 2 feet in terms of your height on this. Let me go through the colors again with you. It is so stylish. It looks great, but this is about saving you money. I mean, we're talking about 1,000 square feet.
Yes.
I think a lot of times when you talk about heaters, et cetera, you're talking about 100 square feet, a couple of hundred. We're just going to heat, you know, a bedroom area, which is, you know, typically 250 maybe square feet.
So nice.
We're talking about 1,000 square feet. I mean, virtually, it could do for a lot of us, it could do the entire basement. It can do most of. Well, my house is only like 1,500 square feet. It could do almost my entire house with just this.
Yeah, we get emails that say it takes care of the entire second floor. It takes care of all the upstairs bedrooms. Because 1,000 square feet is 1,000 square feet. And if you look at the average unfinished or finished basement, it's 1,000 square feet, right on the number. And that's sort of what we were going for with this.
That's pretty.
And the idea that you talk about in the Florida, Georgia, Texas, if you have a what do they call it, a sunroom or a screened-in porch where you have a roof, you don't want this outside. Obviously, it's a corded appliance. But any one of those transitional rooms where you can extend the season and be outside more often, if you have an elderly parent like I do, my 93-year-old father, part of the greatest generation, and happy Veterans Day for all of those like myself who served. He loves this thing because he can take it out on the porch and he can stay out there in North Carolina longer.
Right.
And then he also has
It'd be great for a front porch that's covered,
right, 14,
right?
Yeah, 14 pounds. You can move it around. A lot of people will buy, if you have a duplex or a split level, they'll buy one for downstairs, one for upstairs. But imagine this, if you really want it to be 71 degrees, if you turn your thermostat in your house, your co-op or condominium down to like 60, 62, and turn this up to 71, 72, they will offset each other and you'll be completely comfortable. And this is running 750 watts? I mean, that's a hair dryer. So it's using very little electricity. Here are those really cool colors that they put together with that great graphic up there.
Let me tell you, that the copper now, 250, so that may not make another presentation. If you do want the copper, I would not wait on that. We have a little bit more quantity in some of the other colors, and I'll go through all of those colors in just a minute, but just surpassed over 5,000 now ordered on the day. This, since we introduced it, it was last year, I think it was.
Yes, last year.
It has been one of our best sellers, but this is the best price that we've ever done on it. $99.95. The 5 flex payments means you can split this up on your credit card. Look at the style of it. And the style is great, but here's the beautiful part. The beautiful part is you're saving money using it, but not only are you gonna save money, you're gonna get a better type of heat. A heat that's not gonna just dry out your skin. Because I go to see my sister, she lives in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah,
you know,
you feel it immediately.
Oh my gosh, well, your skin just gets so dry sometimes that I have a real problem with it.
Yes, and we're not saying that this cures anything by any means,
of course
but
not.
I used to get nosebleeds in the winter.
Right.
And there was nothing, I had to get them cauterized because it would just dry out like capillaries. And so the beauty is this doesn't dry out the air in the room. It heats objects in the room. That's the beauty of it. And you know, we just want to let you know that we're doing the best we can to capture what this looks like on television with TV cameras in a lighted studio. It looks so much better in person. It's also 3-sided, and you can use the flame effect independent of the heater.
So if I just want the flame effect, I can use that.
You can just shut the heating element off, and you can use it year round. And there are 4 levels to the flame too. So I can turn it down or completely off, or I can turn it all the way up to full. Just with the remote, which comes with it. It's a universal remote. So if you bought 2 of them and had one downstairs in the finished basement or one upstairs in the bedroom area, and you lost the remotes or you got them confused, it doesn't matter. They all work together.
Yeah, it's going to work beautifully in your home.
That's a great shot right there. That's beautiful.
You know, it looks so real, doesn't it?
Thanks, guys. That's so
great. It really
great.
does. It's like throw another log on the fire.
It really,
I love
it does.
I love that they even lighted the logs.
And you feel it, and you really
embers.
feel it. And it's a real luxury to have a fireplace, but it's also, you know, it can be a pain in the neck. You have to get firewood, it's expensive, and then you have to clean up all the ash. You have to worry, is the flue open or not? I had a horrible experience at my father's house years ago where I created this, you know, I was an ex-Marine and a Boy Scout. I created this fire. It was gonna be a bonfire. I was so proud of it. And when I lit it, I wasn't sure if the flue was open. And I mean, there was like a lot of soot and smoke damage, and we had to open up all the windows. It ruined the night. And it's just, it's a luxury item, but you know, a real fireplace creates all that ash and soot. And, you know, it's dangerous, frankly. This way, you have the look and the feel of a beautiful fireplace, all that ambiance, all that romance, anytime you want it. And then you can digitally operate these manually.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It feels great, doesn't it? And here we have a high or low.
Okay.
And that, again, it's reading the temperature in the room.
So where do I set the temperature? Right
Wherever
there?
you want it. Yeah, if you just run this up to, let's say you want it up to...
And what's the highest I can go with my temperature?
Put it on high. It'll go all the way up to 86 degrees.
Okay.
And then just leave it, set it, and forget it. You'll feel it. 56 degrees.
Okay.
Yep, you can feel it.
And I can program it. So if I wanted to come on even when I'm not home, I can
program it up to 12 hours out from the moment you program it. So either to turn on or turn off. It's really easy to do that. The manual's easy to follow. There's very little, if any, assembly. All you do is you take a screwdriver and put on the 4 legs, which took me exactly 4 minutes. That's pretty good for me because I'm not that handy of a guy. But I think you're going to absolutely love it. And I love the fact how I feel. Like I sent this to New Hampshire. I sent this to 2 veterans, right? My dad was in the Navy, he's 93. My eldest brother was actually in Vietnam in the Marine Corps. He's in New Hampshire in Lee. And then my other brother lives in Lincoln Park in Chicago. And I just know that they're gonna be ecstatic and they're gonna rave about it. And I just checked those 3 off my list.
Right.
And I also got my mom, I got my, my father and my stepmom, and then I got my brother and her sister-in-law, and my other brother. So it's really 6 people I got gifts for. And I know they're gonna love it because it's so easy and simple to operate. It's a beautiful piece of furniture. Case in point, look at this beautiful book. This is a gold leaf
I love it with the coral on it. It looks very pretty.
With sort of a velvet cover. And then these are 2 things that might be heirlooms. You don't have to worry about this book drying out.
It doesn't even get warm on the top.
You don't have to worry about the coral drying out. Not at all, because it is completely cool to the touch, even the glass
Kerry,
in the front.
You talk about gifts, and I think a lot of times we either give a gift that's kind of cool and stylish, or we give a gift that's really practical. This is really all the above.
Here.
I mean, this is gonna give you a beautiful look for your home. It's gonna add that decor to your home. And at the same time, it's so practical. You're gonna save money with it. You're gonna get a better type of heating. Infrared technology is the newest technology when it comes to heating because it's not gonna dry out your skin so much. So now you're gonna get that solution. But here's the thing, good things come in small packages because the thing heats 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Stop and think about, even if you had a house that was 2,600 square feet, literally you have 1 downstairs, you have 1 upstairs.
You're covered.
It's amazing.
Right, and you're turning them on when you need them. So the one downstairs is on during the weekend, the one upstairs is on during the week at night. And in any living space where you have your living room connected to your kitchen, that's probably less than 1,000 square feet. The average new construction home is 2,600. The median is 1,400. And that means if the median is 1,400 and the new ones are 26, that means there's a lot of 1,000 square foot entire homes. The cabin, any apartment, co-op, or condominium in a major city is probably going to be around, 1,000, 1,200, 950.
And a lot of people have that open floor plan now.
And the other part of it too is bring it to the office. I mean, oftentimes, well, this is the infrared heating element. It's stainless steel wrap for a longer performance and a more energy efficient performance, and it also puts out more heat. So it really differentiates this unit from the average sort of pedestrian space heaters. And then the look, of course, it's so relevant. So it's the technology that's relevant, and it's also relevant fashion-wise. If you go to Pinterest, you'll see real potbelly stoves. Obviously, they came on in the 20s. They replaced the Franklin stove in the mid 20th century. But then there are all these sort of impersonators, right, that are electric stoves, but they're also inferior because they're coil heat. This is the best of both worlds. It's so on trend. There's that copper again.
Oh, let me give you an update.
Pops.
Yeah, we have the final 200 now, so this may not make another presentation, and if it does, it will sell out quickly because it is one of our best sellers. But the black is our best seller right now. My parents put in one of those potbelly stoves. They were actually trying years ago, and they put one of those things in. You had to feed it with the real wood and everything. Real wood,
right, and then it's got an exhaust going out of the side of the house.
It was so expensive, but they wanted to save on their energy bill, which I suppose they did, but it was such a hassle.
Oh, of course.
This is gonna save your energy bill. It's gonna add decor, and the affordability today, less than $20 if you wanna put it on flex payment. We do flex payment, which means that you can split it up on your credit card and get this home for $19.99, and you can shop with confidence. So here's the thing, if you want a couple of them and you're thinking, oh, well, you know what, my sister might just love this, or it might be perfect for Aunt Mary or whoever, get it today. If it doesn't work out for any reason, you have until the end of January to return it. So you can do that, but if you miss the price today, you can't come back and get it tomorrow at this price. That's why, if you want it, go ahead and order it because you'll have plenty of time in which to return it if you need to for any reason. I think you'll get this home and you'll go, I should have bought one for this room or this person. Those are
the emails we got last time. Like, I got it, I love it. I'm so upset I didn't get one as a gift for my, my elderly parent or my best friend or whoever. I didn't get one to bring to work.
It's
right.
smart.
Stylish, but
it's,
it really works.
It's smart and stylish.
It is.
It's smilish.
It's smilish.
Smart and stylish.
Patent pending. We should trademark that, smilish.
Okay,
I like that a lot, actually. That just happened live on the air. So, but let me walk you again through all the features and the benefits after you take us through the color.
I will take you through the colors first because very popular in this hour. Use express ordering if you can. Here's the black. Black is our best seller. There you can see the heating element down here. The controls are right there. Oh, love it. Gray
this is my
right
favorite.
down here.
This is my favorite.
And the gray is going to feature, again, a little gold handle on it. You've got the white available. It looks so pretty in your room. I mean, it just completely blends, doesn't it?
Yep.
This is your white right here. Brick red. It's a very, okay, after the copper sells out, the red's going to sell out after that. And then we also have it in an aqua color for somebody who has a little bit more of a modern home and you want something fun. In the kitchen, that would be fun. In the copper, I'm literally, my producer's counting me down in these. Free shipping and handling. So let us go through the features that make this such a popular item, not just because it looks good. It is smilish. It is smart. It is stylish. It will save you cents. Smart, stylish,
and you ladies and you gentlemen, you are
cents.
loving it. So thank you so much for shopping with me. And it's an honor to be here on Veterans Day as a former U.S. Marine. And I'm so proud of this product. And so congratulations for those of you that have already purchased it. Okay, so 14.5 pounds, right? So relatively portable, right? If you need to move it, it's 14.5 pounds. You have to call anybody. It's 22.5 inches tall. It's 11 inches deep and it's 16 inches wide. It is three-sided, and you'll be able to see the flame effect from all three sides. You can see it there. Isn't that wild? So it's three-sided, and it has a control panel so you can operate it manually if you need to. Here's your power. Here's your flame effect. You have 4 separate flame settings. Here's your timer, up to 12 hours to shut off or turn on whenever you want, up or down, pretty basic there. And then high or low, high is 1500 watts, 750, and you can go up to a maximum of 86 degrees. But you can probably leave it on 750 or leave it on low, and it'll take care of any of your heating needs. You close that back up, the heating element's down here. It's a stainless steel wrapped infrared heating element, and there's 2 of them. The cold air comes in through the back and it gets warmed out. This is a classic old Coil space heater. I found them to be downright dangerous. They're unsightly, right? They're kind of ugly. I mean, they look like old 70s, ray guns from bad movies. This is infrared. It heats you just as the sun does, subcutaneously. That means from the inside out. It heats you to your core, and you can feel it within 5 minutes. This heater, again, will heat a space of up to 1,000 square feet. And we always rate it lower. Right. We what do we call it? We under promise and over perform, right?
I keep expecting you to say like 100 square feet. It's 1,000 square feet.
So conceivably,
this small
if you live in Florida, Georgia, Texas, or someplace in the South, Arizona, Santa Fe, wherever you are, you may be able to get 1 or 2 of these and never turn the heat on all winter long, and keep the windows slightly open, get that fresh air in all winter long, and never turn the heat on. We live in a church. It was built in 1926. It's a huge building. We never turned the heat on once last winter.
It's incredible.
Not once. And look at these temperatures here. I mean, it's really cold out there, and this is the gift of warmth and the gift of love.
And the gift of home decor.
Fashion. Have fun with it. Get some of these colors and have some fun with it. Dress it up. And you'll be proud of it. But here's the thing.
If you want a couple of them with that free shipping, with the special price, take advantage of that flex payment. Get a couple, because the price will go up after midnight tonight, okay? So this is your day to do it. This is the day to make that choice and start really thinking about getting serious, because you know what? Thanksgiving's next week. And you know what happens? That roller coaster comes down and you're in the holidays. And that's why today you look at this and go, I can make sense. I can save dollars and cents. It's stylish, it's smart, and it truly is that best value that we've been able to bring you. Gorgeous in terms of the ambiance, amazing in terms of that infrared heat technology that is not gonna dry out your skin so much, which is fabulous. 1,000 square feet, I still can't wrap my head around that. I'm telling you, that is 2/3 of my entire condo.
Right.
I can't believe it can heat that kind of space, and it's and it's this big.
Yeah, and or you can take it to work. If you work in a place where you don't control the heat, if you know somebody that lives in one of those landlord apartments where they can't, the landlord controls the heat for the entire building. Yeah. I checked off 3 major names off my holiday list today by sending 1 to New Hampshire, 1 to Chicago, and 1 to Long Island. And it made me feel so good that this is gonna be making them feel so good for so long.
You can, let me give you a quick update on the copper. How many left? Okay, 100 left now if you want that copper, and the red is gonna sell out right after that. So other colors we still have plenty of right now, but you can see already almost 5,800 ordered on the day. Great to see you, Kerry.
Yeah,
and thank you for your service.
Oh, my pleasure, my greatest honor.
Thank you to my dad as well as all of our veterans.